Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. It's getting serious now, guys. We've reached Tier 7. We reached Tier 7 in our contrast of American and British medium tanks. There is the T20 American Tech Tree Tier 7 tanks. We've done just Tech Tree tanks. We've done Tier 6. There's lots of premium tanks, but we just featured the Tech Tree ones. We're moving from Tier 1 all the way up to Tier 10. And we're comparing and contrasting the American mediums and the British mediums, which are very similar. And yesterday we saw two great games in two tanks that are very not similar. Unsimilar, the Cromwell and the Sherman Jumbo. Tier 6, the American and British tanks are not very similar. But now, as you're going to see in this video, the T20 American Tier 7 medium tank and the Tier 7 British medium tank, the Comet, are very similar. They both rely on decent gun depression, average mobility, not that great armor, fairly good view range. The one thing that they're not similar in is the Comet has tremendous DPM, and the T20 just doesn't get that. And he's sliding around. He's just sliding around on these rocks, which I don't know why Wargaming made this even possible to use this 60-degree angle hillside for tanks to fight on, but they decided to do that, and there's a lot of sliding going on this map now. But who is this guy? Let's introduce him. Bullocks. I like your name, buddy. In the T20. He's going to have the game of his life. This thing, in a pinch... Oh, that might have hit. In a pinch, this thing can spot. In some games where you find yourself either bottom tier, or when you notice that there are no light tanks in the game and you've got the right map, this thing can move into a bush, and it has fantastic view range, and it can do some fantastic spotting. Oh, your teammate just exploded. Daddy, my teammate just exploded.
Don't act so surprised, son. Teammates explode every day.
And he is playing this thing very aggressively. He is top tier, mind you. But he's moved right into heavy tank alley here. And luckily, the enemies have not pushed aggressively, which is a big mistake. And he's moving up. He's moving on up to the east side. He is. He's on the east side of the map. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Whoa, he's moving on up. Okay, let's do it here, guys. There's an OI. What does OI stand for? OI stands for don't poke. Don't poke on a pre-aimed OI. Oi. Even this thing has good gun depression, and you know, it has a little turret, but it does not have turret armor. Even if you're hull down, your turret is just not very strong. The Comet, on the other hand, well, it still doesn't have a strong turret, but it has a stronger turret. And he's fighting for position here. They're losing 4-9. They're losing by almost 3,000 HP. He's moved up here. They've lost the other flank, so it might be time to move to the west side. And now the OI's not looking at you. Whoa, there you go. Now let's look at his loadout here, guys, because there's something fishy here. Yes, he's got nothing but APCR. He's spamming APCR like a motherfucker. And this guy has no idea that he's here, even though he knows he's here. What are you doing, J Panther? What? Why? What? Why are you playing this game? Well, there was a formidable tank destroyer in his way, but he just doesn't want to play the game. And you see how long it took him? He thought he was reloaded, and that's the problem with the Comet. He's poking again, but he's not loaded. He's probably used to playing some other tanks, and he thinks he's loaded, and I've done that too when I played the T20. You think you're ready to go, and then you poke out, and you still have 5 seconds, because the gun is not reloaded. You're going to get hit again, and he did it again. But I guess he had no choice. He's also using this premium round. He's got a 243 pen, 240 alpha. The regular round has 160 pen. So it's such a huge difference from 160 to 243. Another one of these tanks where you will just spam APCR and lose credits. And he take this guy out. He has to. Yes, he did. And now he has to go help his teammate fight the OI who just fired his gun. So you could probably flank him. You could probably flank him and shoot him in the side. Boom. And now just avoid his turret. He can't even move. He's a big turd. Boom. Up the ass. They're losing 9-14, guys. He's by himself versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the guy he just killed. That's another thing that's very similar between the Comet and the T20, is their reliance on dab that 2 key and load some premium ammo and you'll have better shell velocity. You guys know of a particular content provider who really likes the Comet? As long as you pack a healthy number of premium shells. And then you don't have to aim anymore. That's very similar. The Comet and the T20 both rely on their premium ammo, especially when they're bottom tier. Even when you're top tier, according to this guy. He's not gonna heal his radio man because I don't know why. Because I guess he doesn't need a radio man. He doesn't have any teammates, but he will have less view range like this. Why don't you heal him? Because you've dropped your situational awareness perk, my friend. Heal your radio operator. I think he's just in the heat of the battle. He doesn't notice, guys. But you notice his view range? Look at the green circle on the map here. It's below the white circle. It's smaller than the white circle. And that's because he has a dead radio operator right there, which he has not healed, even though he has a med kit. But he's able to spot this guy anyway. Now back up, make the bush bushy, and take the shot. There you go. Reset. And he was spotted anyway. So much for bush mechanics. You should have backed up a little bit more. Should have backed up a little bit more, I guess. Not that, don't get me wrong. He was using the bush mechanic correctly, but the Tiger's close enough, and with the view range of the Tiger was able to make that shotgun. Oh, no. So, some people mistakenly believe, what is that guy aiming for 25 seconds? Some people mistakenly believe that if you back up and you use the bush mechanic, you're invisible no matter what. No. What that does is, if you back up till the bush is bushy, when you fire, the bush does not lose its concealment value. So this bush may have, so you don't know what the bush has. The bush may have 20% concealment. Let's just pick a number. The bushes can be anywhere between 5 and 50%. I don't know if 50 is the max. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but from 5 to something. Let's say that bush is 20% concealment. You go to the bush, you spot your target, you back up. Oh. Okay, he's out detected him because that guy is a artillery and he's taken. Now he's healed his radio man, and you notice on the mini map how much closer, how much better his view range is. So let me finish explaining this. So when you back up from the bush, if you back up so the bush is bushy, you take your shot, the bush maintains its concealment value of 20%, let's say, but you're still firing your gun. After you fire your gun, you may only have 2-3% concealment. The bush has 20. Let's just say you have 5% concealment when you fire your gun. You have 5% after firing a gun. You had 20% before you fired your gun. You fire your gun, you only have 5% concealment. The bush maintains its concealment, it has 20. So you have 25% concealment. Well, if the Tiger's close enough, the Tiger has 400 meter view range. You take 25% off 400, so he does 300 effective view range. If you're closer than 300, even if you use that bush properly, he's going to spot you. So sometimes when you highlight a target and then you're behind the bush, if you back up farther, you're actually making it harder for them to detect you. The bush maintains its camo rating, but if you back up another 20, 30 meters, you're just increasing the distance, which also goes into the formula. So you think of that sometimes when the enemies are close and you use a bush, you back up, you know, you shoot, and then you get to tell you, oh, I was bushed. Well, yeah, you were bushed, but maybe if you backed up another 20, 30, 40 meters, maybe that would have been enough to be not detected. Remember that. Using the bush does not guarantee you're invisible. Okay? Alright. He has somehow, miraculously, guys, this guy knows what he's doing, obviously. He's packed nothing but premium ammo. He's got the food. He's got the fancy tank camo, painted like hipster. And he's giving us a lesson on how to play the T20. Mobile, just like the Comet. Doing things perfectly. He's got a Stug, which is blind. And there's the GW. Take out the GW. Boom. I think he's spotted, so he's got to get in the low ground there because the Stug could be up. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now I think he's good. That Stug is so blind. So blind that hopefully he's able to approach the Stug and detect the Stug. Even if it's stationary there with binocs and camo net, which it might be, unless the Stug is in a bush. Let's see how he decides to do this. He's evened it up. Remember, he was down by what? 7 tanks? This is a fantastic comeback. Last known position of the Stug, look at the minimap, is right here. There he is. Stop. He's not detected, right? He's detected that. Now you've moved closer. Why do you do that? You could have backed up and taken a shot, buddy. But he's chosen to get closer, which is interesting. You notice he detected the Stug and then he was not detected in... he wasn't detected in return. I would have backed up and taken a shot and remained undetected. But he didn't do that. He's getting closer. And now you probably are detected. But the Stug is... Did he know that the Stug was a Muppet? The Stug is AFK? Oh. How did you know? How did you know, my friend? He ends up with Kolobyanov's medal, Pool's medal, Defender, High Caliber, and Top Gun. 10 kills, 6,120 damage, over 2,000 XP. And he lost a shit ton of credits because he fired nothing. Didn't even have any regular ammo loaded. The Comet. Top tier. It is philosophy from the To Win clan. Shout out to you guys. It even almost looks like the T20. He is going to show us how to play the Comet. Very similar tank. And I know some of you are thinking, and maybe you're going to be writing in the chat already, Claus, why do you feature players that spam premium ammo? Why don't you show us a game with... I want to see someone that did that get 10 kills and win Kolobyanov's medal with regular ammo. Why? Because it doesn't exist. Because if you try and find that game with a player shooting regular ammo, you would have lost, and it wouldn't be loaded. If that player that we just watched played that game and shot regular ammo, he probably would have died very early in that game when he was fighting the OI and all those other guys, because he wouldn't be able to pen anything, because the regular ammo has like 160 pen compared to 240. Alright, so that it just doesn't exist, guys. Look what we have here. Map to the one key. 208 pen, 140 alpha. He is shooting regular ammo now, 148, 140 alpha. And what we've noticed is the one key difference, while I was just mentioning that, the one key difference between the Comet and the T20 is the Comet has lower alpha but higher rate of fire. And better DPM. But it does have lower alpha and higher rate of fire. And I think the gun handling is way better on the Comet. The T20 control you. Slightly different in the way their guns handle, but look at this Comet. When you get the Comet shooting at you, a Comet played by a capable player it's amazing. Like you can shoot people pretty much 2 or 3 times for every time they shoot you. There's a Black Prince. I think the Black Prince has his ass fluttering in the wind too. Black Prince, yeah, just it's death by 1,000 cuts with this Comet. Look at this. Just the rate of fire is ridiculous. I guess you have to worry about running out of ammo. I might have to play the Comet. Like I said in the last video, I think, I went down the British medium line very early in my career in World of Tanks. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to get a Centurion. Or I liked the way they look. I played the British tanks and the German tanks to start. So I played the Comet and the Cromwell and a lot of those tanks. These really good tanks. When I really didn't know what I was doing. I was a very bad player when I started. I didn't know much about the game. I didn't know what equipment to use. I didn't know much about crew skills. I just didn't, I wasn't very good at the game. And so I grinded my way through the Comet. On my way to getting a Centurion, I guess. And I didn't fully appreciate how good it is. And so I don't know, I might look at my stats now. My Comet's probably terrible. Probably played, I don't know, 30 or 40 games, whatever it takes to grind to the next tank, and just probably had terrible games because I didn't know what to do. So I might go back and try it, because now I'm a better player, and I know what the strengths and weaknesses are of different tanks, and I know what tanks I can't fight and what tanks I can fight, and positions on the map, and concealment, and ammo, and I got better crews. I could move a crew from my Centurion Action X down to my Comet and try the Comet again. So I'm playing it with a 6-skill crew instead of a 0-skill crew, because I think when I first started the game I put new crews in a lot of the tanks, right? Because I might play the Cromwell again, because I like the Cromwell. I'll get a Comet, put a new crew in there. I didn't have a premium account, so I probably used credits to get them up to 75% or something. I did that, I was one of those players. I didn't re-roll. I didn't, after 10,000 games, join a clan and the clan say, you can't play on this clan if you have that account, you're gonna have to re-roll. Are you freaking kidding me? And then play another 5,000-6,000 games, or spend a few $100s to get all the tier 10 tanks? Spend $1,000 to get all the tier 10 tanks that the clan wants, and re-roll your account, because we don't take anyone that doesn't have a 8,000 plus PR, or whatever, 3,000 plus WN8. Screw that. So yeah, my Comet probably has some pretty shitty statistics, and I don't give a shit, but I'm gonna give it another try. Why not give it another try? Because look at this, it's a machine gun. And now he's spamming APCR like a motherfucker. But it's just death by 1,000 cuts. It's crazy. There's a Cheery right below you. There he is. Boop. Oh, he's just taking control of everything here now, guys. He's loaded some HE. Armor not penetrated with HE. Oh! Armor not penetrated? Oh, he's exploded. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're having a tutorial on how to play the Comet here, guys. I hope you're enjoying that. Leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know if you're enjoying this. Are you looking forward to tier 8, 9, and 10? We're going to do that in the next couple of days. Let me know if you think I should play the Comet again. Maybe I should roll out in my Comet next stream, dab that 2 key and load some premium ammo and see if I can dominate on the battlefield. What do you guys think? Well played, well played. philosophy. Not a lot of kills. Get out of the way. Retreat. Let me handle it. Boom. Well, that all happened so fast. I didn't know what I was doing. I was confused. He got Confederate, high caliber. The game lasted barely a few minutes. He did 5,421 damage, which is a lot considering he was fighting some lower tiers and there wasn't a lot of HP. And he lost a shit ton of credits. He didn't lose a lot, I guess. He had some battle payments. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave some comments in the comment section, and I will catch you tomorrow.